What's up, guys? Today we are doing a little Q&A with the Trailer Nerd. Got a cup of coffee. I hope you're having a good day. We're talking about going over questions that we have gotten regarding the new lithium battery option that we launched just recently. If you've seen it out there, anything that has a hydraulic system with Diamond C has a lithium option, as well as our winch packages. And so some of the questions that we've gotten, because the lithium's a little taboo, right? Like, we've seen it, we've heard it in the Teslas, we've heard of lithium battery in our cell phones and things, but for trailers, it's been around for a minute, but not on any kind of scale. And so we're really excited about it because there's lots of benefits to running a lithium battery. Starting off, we mentioned in the launch video that lithium battery has a 3-year warranty versus your traditional lead acid battery has a 1-year warranty. So it's still kind of that same prorated warranty over time, but nonetheless, when you're investing in this option's like $426 MSRP on anything that has one battery. And so it's a premium option, but when you're investing in it, you also are going to get longer warranty, so that in a year, 2 years in, if something happens, you've got some insurance for your investment. Then the next thing we're going to talk about is what trailers does it pair with. And so what I was mentioning is we pretty well have it on anything that has a hydraulic option, and then also on the air ride trailer. So it's really two questions in one. One of the other questions is, what about air rides? And so the cool thing is, on our air ride trailers, we were running 2 lead acid batteries to give you that kind of redundancy. We wired them in parallel, so you'd have that depth of 2 Group 27 batteries, and that is actually weighs quite a bit. I mean, 2 of those batteries are like 60 pounds a piece. You got 120 pounds of batteries, but because of how the air ride being a self-contained system running down the road, constantly you hit bumps, it discharges air, it has to refill the bags, it kicks the compressors on. We felt like 2 batteries with lead acid was the way to go. The cool thing with the lithium, it's got so much more depth in the lithium technology that we're actually able to reduce down to 1 battery. So we cut your weight significantly out of that side box. And also you cut the premium option costs. Instead of $426, because we're getting 2 lead acids back for 1 lithium, then the price actually goes down for that option, and it's like $275 or something like that MSRP. So that's pretty cool. It kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Other trailer models, obviously a dump trailer is probably the number 1 use case and like beneficiary for lithium because of the extreme depth. We use our launch video. You saw it was like 36 times cycles with 10,000 pounds or 9,000 pounds in the bed versus 6 with the lead acid. So the dump trailer users are definitely one of the primary customers, but anything, honestly, the DET tilts, anything with a winch, winches draw a significant amount of energy when you're using a winch any time. And the thing about winches are you don't use them all the time. Most people don't. They only use them when they're in a bind, and so they're mad because they go and their battery's dead because they didn't plug it in. Versus the lead acid, the lithium, the draw or the loss of energy over time is so much less that it's likely you go back in a month, 2 months, you're going to have plenty of energy to use that winch versus now I got to plug it in and make sure it's charged or whatever. And so the anything that has a significant power draw on a trailer, the lithium definitely is a good option for it. Retrofitting. So we get this question quite a lot. We have you guys out there that have bought dumps or hydraulic dubs from us in the past, or from our dealers, and they ask, well, you got this new technology, how can I retrofit my older trailer? So we will have it available on the aftermarket standpoint. Just keep your eyes out. It's not available immediately. We have to get it into production as we are right now and get it stabilized and everything, supply chain, and then we will release it as an option that you could buy from, or release it as a part that you could buy from your dealer and be able to install it after the fact. The only thing you want to make sure and do is not just the battery. You want to make sure that you're charging your plug-in charger or the charger you have at home, whatever you're going to use to charge it, is a lithium charger, because they charge at a higher rate than the regular lead acid batteries do to get the full potential out of the battery, or the full benefit. Other question is about the heating element for you that are in like North Dakota, Canada, like up in the colder environments. The heating element is something that we would have released this thing a couple of years ago, but we worked with the manufacturer to actually include the heating element in the battery casing, versus used to they had like a blanket that you could put around it that would warm the battery in sub-freezing temperatures to where that it would work well still, or work optimally. And so what they did is actually integrated it inside the battery case. So the heating element is inside the battery, and it senses when it's below freezing and is able to keep the battery warm to a state that it performs optimally in cold environments. That being said, definitely if you're leaving it, if you live in Alaska or you live in North Dakota and you are not using your trailer, keep it plugged in. Like, keep it, we've made NOCO chargers standard that are lithium capable chargers, so keep it plugged in. That's the life even of a lithium. That's the life of the battery, is making sure it's maintained and kept charged. And so yeah, you want to make sure it stays plugged in if it's going to sit for especially long periods of time, and especially in the cold like that. But the heating element definitely is a game changer for when the temperature is down around freezing or colder. It's the lifeblood of keeping this lithium battery alive. Let's see, definitely still recommend solar panel. That's one question we got. It's just easy. Obviously the depth of this battery, how much more cycles it'll run, how long it'll last, the solar is not as important, but it is good for if you don't have it close to a shop or electrical source to keep it plugged in. That solar panel would kind of give it that little bit of maintainer charge, and still is good for a lithium as it is for a lead acid. Let's see, so some of the cool things, they were asking about the digital gauge on top of the battery. It not only gives you like the percentage of the battery, it gives you more than that. Like right now it shows this battery, I just got it out of the warehouse, so it's 48% charged. Then you can keep toggling through, like it's showing 13.1 volts. That's a big difference. Lithium batteries go up to 13.4 volts is kind of where they operate at full charge, versus a 12 volt battery is 12 volts. And so it's actually better on your equipment, your pump and stuff, because it's getting a healthier charge or healthier output of energy versus the lead acid battery. But you got that 13.1 volts. It shows you how many amps are being drawn. It shows you the amp hours available, so the depth of the battery. Those are the things that this digital gauge on top shows. It's really neat because it gives you obviously the condition of the battery. Then you have the on-off switch, which is great because you can actually, like right now it's in the off position, so it won't allow it to be drawn down. Then you can turn it on. That's something lead acid batteries don't have, the ability to isolate the battery from power sources continuing to pull on it. One more thing that I forgot to mention that I think you'll find interesting, as we did the test in the launch video, you could see when Hernan was getting towards the end of the lead acid test that the battery was just slowly, you could hear the pump kind of whoa, just dying a slow, painful death to the end on dump number 6. And what happens on a lead acid battery, they start at 100%, and the entire time they're being used, they're on this constant decline all the way down to death until they stop. Versus a lithium battery, when it's 100%, its output is consistent all the way until the point that it stops. It doesn't, you won't hear the pump change and it, gradually decline and get kind of whinier until it dies. It stays very constant up here at the top until it gets depleted, and then it drops off and just cuts itself off, which is really cool because it's actually healthier on your winch. It's healthier on your hydraulic pump because it's supplying that constant power until it's not, and it's not actually drawing down, creating like a low voltage situation for, on that electrical component. So it's a much healthier energy supply for your significant electrical component. Yeah, lots of really cool features of the lithium. Look on diamondsea.com. It's across all anything again that has a significant power source. We've got an article on the website about lithium as well. And reach out to your dealer, ask them any questions if you have questions about that, or shoot, leave us a comment and maybe we'll do a video to answer your question. You guys have a good day.